I know you're thinking, this is blasphemy. The Rock is rich, famous, and probably smells like success and coconut oil. But hear me out, because being The Rock, that comes with some problems. The first problem is so wholesome. You've probably heard of Daddy's Little Angel, but in The Rock's case, he's the actual angel for his daughters. Every week, they turn his shiny bald head into their personal art gallery, drawing masterpieces on it like it's the Louvre. Imagine waking up thinking you're The Rock, but your reflection says you're a walking kindergarten art project. Wholesome? Absolutely. The Rock is so nice, he could bench press your problems, yet some trolls still doubt he's Samoan. Guess they enjoy getting body slammed by facts. But guys, The Rock is definitely Samoan, at least half of him is. The other half, pure Canadian muscle. His mom, Ada Johnson, comes from a legendary Samoan wrestling dynasty, so much so that if wrestling was a country, his family would be the royal family. His grandpa, Peter Maivia, was a legit Samoan high chief. Meanwhile, his dad, Rocky Johnson, was a badass black Canadian wrestler who probably gave The Rock his ability to raise one eyebrow and make grown men cry. So yeah, The Rock is half Samoan, half Canadian, and 100% genetically designed to whoop candy asses worldwide. Okay, let's start real problems from the beginning. He was big in size in kindergarten and school and college. But hey, wait, who drew this? Do you really think The Rock was bald from beginning? Okay, perfect. Now he has hair. Did you know Rock's life was hard, even though his father was wrestler? Growing up with a wrestling dad meant Dwayne Johnson's family moved around more than a lost Uber driver. From New Zealand to Hawaii to Pennsylvania to Florida, his childhood was basically a world tour, just without the luxury hotels. Life wasn't always sunshine and protein shakes. At one point, his family was so broke, they got evicted from their apartment in Hawaii. Imagine The Rock struggling to pay rent. Hard to picture now, right? As a teenager, young Dwayne was a bit of a troublemaker. He racked up arrests like they were loyalty points, with crimes ranging from fighting to theft to check fraud. Basically, if there was a bad decision to be made, he probably tried it at least once. Dwayne attended Freedom High School in Pennsylvania, where he initially felt like an out-of-place extra in a teen movie. But once he started dominating football, wrestling, and track and field, he became the guy, the one everyone either wanted to be or date. His athletic skills were no joke. He scored a full football scholarship to the University of Miami, where he became a defensive lineman and part of the Miami Hurricanes squad that won the 1991 national championship. Unfortunately, injuries and fierce competition sidelined his dreams of NFL stardom. After graduating in 1995 with a degree in criminology and physiology, he gave the Canadian Football League a shot. But let's just say Canada wasn't feeling the Brahma Bull. He got cut from the team faster than a good scene in a Marvel movie. And that's when fate stepped in, flexed its muscles, and pointed him toward professional wrestling, where he finally found his true calling. Raising eyebrows, dropping people with the rock bottom, and becoming one of the most electrifying men in sports entertainment. When The Rock joined WWE in 1996, he faced some serious problems. Young Rock showed up with a glorious poofy haircut that looked like it was borrowed from a 90s boy band. Fans weren't ready for this. WWE is about stone-cold badasses, and here comes a guy with a hairstyle that screamed,
"Mom said I look handsome!"
WWE introduced him as Rocky Maivia, a smiling, overly enthusiastic good guy. He was so nice, he made kindergarten teachers look mean. Fans didn't just dislike it, they violently hated it. The poor guy got booed out of arenas, even though he was doing nothing wrong. Imagine baking cookies for your neighbors, and they respond by throwing the cookies back at your face. That was Rocky's life. You know your WWE career is off to a rough start when the crowd is chanting for your fictional death. That's right, fans were so sick of happy-go-lucky Rocky Maivia that they literally started chanting, "Die, Rocky, die!" It was like watching someone try to be friendly at a party, only for everyone to respond with, "Leave." His first wrestling outfit was a mix of bright blue and gold, with tassels hanging from it. He looked less like a future champion and more like a rejected Mardi Gras float. No one feared him. No one respected him. People probably just wanted to ask him where the parade was. After enduring months of public humiliation, The Rock did the only logical thing. He embraced the hate. He stopped smiling, dropped the Rocky Maivia nonsense, and became The Rock, an arrogant, trash-talking, eyebrow-raising people's champ. And guess what? The same fans who wanted him gone loved him. Moral of the story? If life hands you booze, turn them into booyahs. Alright, let's look into his love life because, let's be honest, love equals problems, and when it comes to celebrities, happily ever after usually has a sequel. Or 3. Not everyone is lucky enough to have a wife, like Messi. The Rock's first wife, Dani Garcia. The Rock and Dani tied the knot in 1997, back when he was just starting to cook up his legendary career. They had a daughter, Simone Alexandra Johnson, who is now following in his wrestling footsteps. They split in 2008, but in true Rock fashion, there was no drama, just business. Instead of fighting over who gets the dog, they stayed friends, and now Dani is literally his business partner at $7 Productions. Most people struggle to stay civil with their ex. The Rock turned his into his boss. After parting ways with Dani, The Rock found love again with Lauren Hashian, a talented singer-songwriter. These two lovebirds took their sweet time, 12 years of dating, before getting married in 2019. That's longer than some Hollywood marriages last. They have 2 adorable daughters, Jasmine and Tiana, ensuring that The Rock's house is filled with tiny, bossy princesses who run the show. Unlike some celebs who have dating histories longer than a Fast and Furious chase scene, The Rock has kept things pretty low-key. And there you have it, folks! The Rock's life is basically one giant action movie with a sprinkle of comedy and a whole lot of protein powder. From being a broke, troublemaking teenager to becoming one of the biggest stars on the planet, The Rock proves that no matter how many times life body slams you, there's always a way to get back up, preferably with an epic theme song playing in the background. He went from getting booed out of WWE arenas to becoming Hollywood's most beloved leading man, from getting cut from a football team to owning entire production companies, from struggling to pay rent to, let's be real, probably being able to buy a small country at this point. And let's not forget, while most of us struggle to keep up with one relationship, this man co-parents, runs businesses with his ex, and still finds time to let his daughters turn his head into an art project. If that's not peak dad goals, I don't know what is. So what's the lesson here? If life gets tough, just raise an eyebrow, drop a one-liner, and keep moving forward. Because if The Rock taught us anything, it's that when life says, you can't, you look it dead in the eye and say, just bring it. Make sure to subscribe, guys, because more amazing content is cooking. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. It's gonna be bigger, better, and more electrifying than The Rock's cheat meal. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's keep this party going.